Okay, look. You guys are starting a 45, 45, 90 degree special right triangle. This is one of two. The other one's 30, 60, 90. We'll get that kind of maybe towards the end of tomorrow. All right, look. Your legs are 1, 1. Your hypotenuse is rad 2. That's just what it is. 1, 1, rad 2. You guys will understand more as you move on in your mathematics classes, okay? So im3, you'll understand more, okay? Now, so you have a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides. Your legs are the sides that form the 90 degrees. Your hypotenuse is always the side opposite the 90. Yes? Kind of like the Pythagorean theorem. You guys know your hypotenuse is C. It's always opposite the 90. Okay, if we want to label these triangles, the reason why I drew 4 of them is it doesn't matter if it's rotated. Your legs are your legs. Your hypotenuse is your hypotenuse. So do not memorize like, oh, I just know the bottom's always 1 and rad 2 is always on the right. No, it's going to spin, rotate, flip. So you have to know the parts. Okay, so look, a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle, right? Okay, your legs are 1, 1. So that means my leg and my leg. Now, why are they both equal? Because it's 45, 90, 45, 90. The angles are the same. So, of course, the lengths are going to be the same, right? And your hypotenuse is always opposite the 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees, right? So the opposite is rad 2. Your hypotenuse. You got to know how to label, okay? So, if I look at this triangle, if they only give me one of the acute angles, 45, you guys should know that this angle is what? 45, right? And then now you should be able to label. My legs are always 1, 1. My hypotenuse is always rad 2. Yes? Okay, again, if it's now flipped, you have these tick marks. Tick marks means congruency, equality in length. So they tell you that means if the legs are equal, that means it's 1, 1, and it is a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle. You'll see that on the PSAT, SAT, state test. You will see tick marks. A 45, 45, 90 has tick marks. Okay, and so then if this is your 90 degree, here's your rad 2. Okay, same here. You see tick marks. It's a 45, 45. My legs are 1, 1. My hypotenuse is rad 2. You got to know how to label. Fair? Okay, so how do we move forward solving a problem? Okay, skip number 1 because that's a 60, and number 2, we're going to start with 3. Okay, so we're going to start with question 3. We're only doing 45, 45, whoopsie. We're only doing 45, 45, 90s.
So cross off 1.
No, don't cross them out because we're going to eventually go to 30, 60s. Okay, look. So we're going to go back to the test you guys just took. Oh, there's something on here. Okay, they're giving you this triangle and they're telling you solve for the missing side lengths. Did I not just tell you guys to I'm recording. Okay, so look, you guys are given a triangle. Here's question 3, right? Okay. This is what I mean. I'm going to do the first problem super extra. I'm going to write extra because I'm the teacher. I'm going to write it all. Okay, I will then redo the problem with a little bit of shortcut. Okay, so look. You're going to redraw a reference triangle, which is one of these. So I'm going to draw this one. So it's a 45, 45. 1, 1, rad 2. This is your reference triangle. This is the new triangle that's kind of on the worksheet. This is a reference, which is always 1, 1, rad 2. Okay, you guys just took the similarity test. This is why I told you guys matchy, get everything. Oh, here it is. You guys laughing at my matchy. Okay, so what do you have? We're going to color code them. You guys just took this test, corresponding parts, right? And now, when you're solving trig problems, reference triangles, you always want nu over reference. You always want the triangle with variables to be your numerator, and you want your reference to be denominators. Now, doesn't matter if you were to flip it, would you get wrong answers? No. But why not have the variables on top? Why do you want the variables as denominators? Okay, because you might actually just very easily be able to solve the problem. Okay, so now fill them in. Left to right, nu over reference, x over rad 2. Oh, 3 over 1, y over 1. And now you guys are back to your similarity test, where you perform the cross product property to solve. That's it. You have a calculator. The calculator will simplify the radical for you. Okay, so where's your scale factor? Which ratio? 3:1. Easy. The middle, the pink, 3 over 1. Okay, so I'll do the shortcut after. Okay, this is the correct way. You're gonna take, you want to solve for x, this is your proportion. If you want to solve for y, this is your proportion, right? And you just perform the cross product property, right? Keep going. Okay, so x times 1 is just x. What is 3 times rad 2? 3 is an integer. This is a radicand, meaning it's a number inside of a radical. You cannot get 6. You cannot get rad 6. An integer, what is it? An integer times a radicand, they just go next to each other. 3 rad 2. So my answer is just 3 rad 2. What about y? Y is just what? Equal to what? 3, right? Because what's 1 times y? Y, what's 3 times 1? 3. Okay, you're done. Kind of a lot of work. So you're like, okay, I kind of understand this. What is the shortcut? But remember, I told you guys, if you guys are lost on the shortcut, I'm going to tell you, you have to come back to this. Okay, so here's the shortcut. So I'm redoing it. Fair? Okay. If you're not in the mood to draw a whole nother triangle, are you capable of labeling this triangle, the reference, onto the drawn triangle? And then after, I'm going to do it again and do it on the worksheet. Okay, so if you get a marker or your pencil, my legs are 1. 1, 1. My hypotenuse is rad 2. So all I did was, instead of this, I just marked it on the triangle. Okay, so now which one's my scale factor? 3 over 1, right? See how there's 2 numbers? So your statement of proportionality is right here. X over rad 2, y over 1, 3 over 1. It's exactly this. Okay, what is your scale factor? It is the nu over the reference, so my scale factor is 3. To find the scale factor, you divide. To find your unknowns, what's the inverse operation to dividing? Yes. Yes. You guys are whispering it, but what is it loud? Multiplication. Very good. You multiply as an inverse to dividing. Okay, so to find your unknowns, you multiply. So if my scale factor is 3, what is x? X is going to be my scale factor 3 times my reference rad 2. And what is 3 times rad 2? 3 rad 2. And notice, all we're doing here is the cross product property. So now if you want to find y, scale factor 3 times your reference 1. And what's 3 times 1? 3. Okay, we'll pick it up tomorrow. Haven't you guys seen this? Sometimes you guys come from a private school or something and you guys kind of, you did? Yeah. Oh, so then you should go through a certain. Okay, yeah? Yeah, well, every once in a while we'll get like 1 or 2 kids that you guys came from a private, so you know it.